Let's zoom out from South India and move west and up towards Europe. Nestled between Russia in the north and the northeast, Turkey and Armenia in the south, Azerbaijan to the southeast, and the beautiful Black Sea to the west, we move east to the majestic Kura River. And the one thing that immediately catches the eye is the golden shimmer of the Holy Trinity Cathedral of Tbilisi. Jumping in, we see a cathedral from a few years ago, apparently still under some construction. As we time travel to today, we walk down the grand front path and up the steps towards the Holy Trinity Cathedral. This is the beginning of our journey through Georgia, a land steeped in history, culture, and natural beauty. Every stone, every breeze, and every whisper of history here tells a story of resilience, passion, and eternal beauty. Our adventure would take us from the vibrant heart of Tbilisi through ancient fortresses and majestic mountains, and finally to the dynamic modernity in contrast to the city of Batumi and the awe-inspiring natural wonders of Madhvili Canyon. At the very core of the city of Tbilisi is the Holy Trinity Cathedral, locally known as Sameba. Constructed in the early 21st century, the Holy Trinity Cathedral is not merely a place of worship. It is a symbol of Georgia's post-Soviet rebirth and its unwavering commitment to preserving its Christian heritage. Drawing on Byzantine architectural traditions, the cathedral's soaring domes and majestic arches echo centuries of devotion and artistic excellence. Here, under the glow of soft candlelight and the whispers of ancient prayers, we could almost hear the echoes of the past mingling with the fervor of modern aspirations. The edifice serves as both a spiritual haven and a beacon of national pride, hosting celebrations that unite communities and commemorate the enduring spirit of the Georgian people. So let's rewind a few hours. We flew out early in the morning from India to Georgia, crossing multiple countries, and as we got closer to our destination, we saw ourselves flying over majestic mountains which looked like a part of the Caucasus, landing into the beautiful city of Tbilisi, a city that stands as a living testament to Georgia's complex history, a crossroad of empires, a melting pot of cultures, and a sanctuary for art and spirituality. Greeting us was a 2014 Honda CB1000R ridden by our friend Nodo. For ease of reference, we shall call him the Georgian Jason Statham for the remainder of the story. Anyway, Jason's CB1000R is fitted with an AR Austin racing exhaust that sounds like it could make the earth shake a few towns over. Just listen to that sound. Anyway, since we got Jason Statham to drive us, we got into his black sedan and he transported us to the heart of the city. Get it? Transported. Okay, anyway. From the sacred halls of Sameba, we walked around in the beautiful streets of Tbilisi. The day was beautiful and we met some cats. A lot of cats. We made a lot of cat friends. Being a cat dad, I was in cat heaven. But the only problem was, I think the cats also could tell that we were cat parents and kept coming to us. We loved it though. The 5th century city was something to fall in love with, for sure. The smiling faces and the beautiful cityscapes had us stunned with every step. We finally found our way right next to our hotel and we could see our room from here. Walking on, we grabbed something to eat and headed back to the hotel for the evening. We started the trip with some Georgian cuisine, which includes Khinkali and Khachapuri, along with Georgian beer and some chacha. Khinkali is a version of dumplings bursting with spiced meat and savory broth. Every bite is a celebration of the nation's culinary artistry. And then there is Khachapuri, the iconic cheese-filled bread, whose molten interior is as rich in history as it was in flavor. These dishes, passed down through generations, are not just food, they're an embodiment of Georgian hospitality and the art of sharing life's simple pleasures. Waking up, you can see the same streets we walked in the evening before, but no one had woken up yet. These beautiful empty streets was a big party just a few hours ago, and now it lays quietly for the day to begin. We can even see a bit of the rest of the city from here, and it's beautiful. We started the day, as usual, meeting some more cats who seemed to want their privacy, but were also sitting in a public bench, so we obviously invaded their privacy. But again, they didn't seem to mind. Walked around some more, picked up some food and fruits, which Georgia is famous for, drank some hot wine, and met more cats. This one in particular made my heart melt, and I missed my two girls back home. Anyway, we tried wine ice cream for the first time, and it was delicious.
Oh my god. You said 5, right?
5. Where is from?
India?
Oh, India, big country.
Thank you.
Bombay? Bombay, Delhi?
Bangalore. South India.
Cinema good.
Walked around a little more and made our way across to the city center. This decommissioned tram car is a bar. So cool. And now we will go up to meet the mother of Georgia. Ascending aboard the cable car that soared above the cityscape, we were rewarded with breathtaking views of the city. What a view. And then we walked up through the crowds, past pop-up cafes leading to the Mother of Georgia statue. On the way, we stopped and drank some whiskey-infused coffee, which made me forget to take more pictures of this place. But we reached the top and saw this imposing monument, affectionately known as the Mother of Georgia. It stands as an emblem of protection and nurturing, a divine figure who watches over this nation. With every ascent, every panoramic view of the city, we were reminded of the delicate balance between modern innovation and the timeless allure of tradition. Strolling across the Bridge of Peace, a modern marvel of glass and steel that gracefully spans the Kura River, we felt the harmonious blend of ancient legends and the promise of a progressive future. On the other side lay Reich Park, a vibrant public space where locals and visitors gather to celebrate life. We wandered to the whimsical realm of the Rezo Gabriadze Theatre, founded by the illustrious Georgian artist Rezo Gabriadze in the 1900s. This theatre is a canvas of dreams and a testament to the power of creative expression. Its charming clock tower, adorned with mechanical figures and intricate designs, not only marks the passage of time, but also encapsulates the playful ingenuity that defines Tbilisi. Legend has it that the clock tower's animate figures are imbued with the soul of the city, a living reminder that art and history are forever intertwined in this land of storytellers. No exploration of Tbilisi would be complete without experiencing its famous sulfur baths. We walked around the city experiencing the food and the cha-cha. The aromas of sulfur mingled with fragrance of freshly baked bread. We indulged in the culinary treasures of Georgia, and the baths were another experience altogether. Nestled in the historic district of Abu Natu Bani, these baths have long been cherished for the natural healing properties. Beneath the steamy veils of mineral-rich waters, generations have found solace and rejuvenation, a ritual that intertwines physical well-being with the deep spiritual connection of the earth. Leaving behind the bustling streets of Tbilisi, we set our sights on Ananuri. And on the way, we stopped at a local market that sold everything from winter clothes to hot wine. Walking through the stores, we found ourselves suddenly thrown into a beautiful view of the Zinvali water reservoir. Constructed during the Soviet era, this place adds another layer of historical narrative. Initially designed to support regional agriculture and supply vital resources, this reservoir now stands as a testament to the ingenuity and resilience of the Georgian people. We drove on and finally reached Ananuri, a formidable fortress perched along the Arakvi River. Dating back to the 16th century, Ananuri was built as a bulwark against the relentless tides of regional conflict. Here, the stones tell a story of valor, strategy, and the enduring quest of autonomy. At Ananuri, we encountered two distinct sculptures, the upper fortification, known as qvevri, and the remnants of the lower fortifications. The square tower of qvevri, remarkably well preserved, once served as a command center and residence for the dukes of Arakvi, a noble family whose influence was felt far and wide. Their legacy is interwoven with tales of loyalty and rebellion, alliances forged in blood and honor, and the ceaseless struggle to protect their homeland from invading forces. In contrast, the lower fortification, marked by its round towers and scattered ruins, speaks of battles fought and lost, of dreams shattered under the weight of time. Yet, even in decay, there is beauty, a reminder that every ruin is a monument to the lives of those who once called this fortress home. Beyond the ancient fortress, our journey led us to the breathtaking highlands of Gudauri. Nestled amongst the majestic Caucasus, this region is celebrated not only for its stunning landscapes, but also for the storied past that has left an indelible mark on Georgian history. The road from Gudauri to the Russian border, often referred to as the military highway, is steeped in tales of conflict, courage, and strategic prowess. The historic route has been a silent witness to the centuries of military campaigns, celebrated by poets for its awe-inspiring vistas and featured by military leaders for its treacherous passes. It was along these roads that armies marched, alliances were tested, and the fate of nations hung in the balance. Following Russia's annexation of eastern Georgia in the 19th century, significant improvements were made to this route, transforming it into a vital artery for troops, movement, and trade. As we traversed these storied paths, we were reminded that every twist and turn holds a fragment of history, etched into the very landscape by the march of time. The journey was an adventure of a lifetime. Players, choose your vehicles. Our group had some interesting folks within it, but I lay my life at the hands of my driver. She seemed confident enough to drive into canyons, through snow, crossing rivers, through forests and valleys in a buggy. What a thrill. We took turns driving through these insane terrains and created a core memory for ourselves. Was it easy? No. You will have to know how to drive a little off-road to ensure that you don't go sliding off the mountain, but other than that, you can do it. If you like driving off-road though, this is close to being one of the best experiences you can have. Like I said, core memory. We finally reached the top of the mountain, Gudauri. There are ski resorts and a non-stop party going on here. We picked up our snowboards, jumped into the cable car, and headed up to the top of the mountain. How beautiful can this place get? We quickly joined in on the party, chowed down a lot of Georgian beer and cha-cha, Got some snowboarding in, which was more of snow falling than boarding, but we enjoyed it. Yes, I fell a lot, but this is easily one of my favorite sports.
It will go inside, go inside. Careful.
We made our way down the mountain. Every minute here was magnificent. We were officially in love with Georgia. Our journey now carried us to Borjomi, a name synonymous with natural healing and rejuvenation. We drove through mountains and forests and rivers in a Hummer H2. We have to thank our friend, Mr. Georgian Jason Statham, for getting this ride for us. And it was incredible. We drove deep into the forest and crossed historic places.
ანუ ასე ჯიპით რო აფინე და რაღაცა ვერა რაღაცა ანგრევ მანქანას თორე გუშინკივი ავივრამდე.
Even walking through train tunnels, which are roads for the famous Kukushka train, and this was one of the first rail lines in Georgia. The Borjum-Bakuriani Railway is a narrow gauge railway line that was built by the Romanovs and has been serving tourists and skiers since 1902. Very smooth.
ერთხელ ხო იყავ მართლა ადრესაც რაღაცას ხო წამოყვევი თუ არა რულთა რო იჭირე
After this, we made our way to the Central Park. In the early 19th century, the healing properties of Borjomi's mineral water were discovered, sparking a legacy that would see its once humble spring rise to international acclaim. Today, the Central Park and Natural Mineral Water Park of Borjomi offers a serene retreat where nature and human innovations coalesce. A place where visitors can taste the miraculous waters that have so long been revered for their curative powers. As we sipped from these storied waters, we were reminded that every drop carries with it the essence of Georgian geology and the timeless dance between nature and culture. We quickly made our way to some food and Chacha, a beautiful restaurant in the heart of Borjomi with some Khinkali, Georgian beer and Chacha. We had some Khinkali and then some more. It's safe to say we had a lot of Khinkali. Our next destination was Signagi, a town that exudes romance and the old world charm, often referred to as the city of love. Signagi captivates visitors with its pastel-colored houses, winding cobblestone streets, and the ancient city walls that whisper secrets of bygone eras. As we wandered through its quaint alleys, legends of love and valor came alive, a reminder that even in the midst of historical turmoil, the human heart continues to dream. One fascinating local legend speaks of the small Great Wall, built not to rival the monumental fortifications of distant lands, but as a symbol of local resilience and protection. Though modest in scale, it encapsulates the spirit of community that has weathered the storms of time in grace and determination. We walked on the Great Wall, explored the watchtowers connecting the walls, and then made our way to another beautiful restaurant. Some more cha-cha, some more food. Leaving the romantic charm of Khinkali behind, we ventured into the verdant heartland of Kakheti, the cradle of Georgian winemaking. Here, amid sprawling vineyards and sun-dappled orchards, the ancient art of viticulture has flourished for millennia. Archaeological findings suggest that grape cultivation in this area dates back as far as 6000 BC, making Kakheti one of the oldest wine-producing regions in the world. Georgian wine, recognized by UNESCO as an intangible cultural heritage, is more than a beverage. It's a living tradition, a narrative of land, its people, and their enduring relationship with nature. As we sampled the robust flavors of indigenous wine, we also delighted ourselves in the culinary treasures that define this region. The wine tour got us a little drunk, but we had not tasted wine like this ever. Each sip of wine burst like summer fruit on the tongue, while its aroma rose to fill the nostrils with the essence of springtime. Safe to say, we had an interesting drive after. The long road to Batumi began, and yet again we were in awe of the villages and towns we were passing by. Beautiful is an understatement. The final hour to Batumi is a long drive along the Black Sea, scenic and serene. We woke up at the vibrant shores of Batumi, a city that has evolved from a modest port into a modern metropolis rich in cultural fusion. Batumi stands at the crossroads of tradition and innovation, where every street and monument tells a story of transformation. We drove through the city, walked on the Black Sea shores, and even rode through the Batumi Boulevard, which is teeming with music, fountains, cafes, and bars. Among its most iconic landmarks is the mesmerizing Ali and Nino sculpture. Inspired by the renowned novel Ali and Nino, this dynamic sculpture encapsulates a tale of forbidden love and eternal yearning. The story follows Ali Shiravanshir, a Muslim Azerbaijani boy, and Nino Kipiani, a Christian Georgian princess whose love blossoms amidst the tumultuous backdrop of early 20th century Baku, Azerbaijan. Every 10 minutes, the figures move towards one another, merge, and then part. An evocative dance symbolizing love, separation, and ultimately the hope of unity. The perpetual motion captures the essence of their intertwined destinies, mirroring the eternal struggles between individual desire and the forces of history. Not far from the moving romance of Ali and Nino is the Alphabet Tower, which rises as a tribute to the unique Georgian script, a language as intricate and beautiful as the nation's own history. This tower is not merely a structure, but a monument to the cultural renaissance that continues to inspire and define Batumi. Our final chapter took us to the awe-inspiring Tbilisi Canyon, where nature writes its own epic. After a quick car wash, we reached Tbilisi. Here, amid lush forests and cascading waterfalls, the landscape unfolds like a living painting. As we strolled along the canyon's edge, the interplay of light and shadow on ancient rock formations transported us to a realm where myth and reality converge. Below, at the canyon, lies the legendary Prometheus Caves, a subterranean wonderland sculpted over millennia by the patient hands of nature. These caves, with their stunning stalactites and stalagmites, have given rise to countless local legends. Some say that the caves were once the dwelling of deities, a secret sanctuary where the mysteries of the cosmos were revealed. As we wandered through this underground labyrinth, we were invited to reflect on the profound interconnections between geology, folklore, and the human spirit. Our trip to Tbilisi again ended with making friends with a handsome husky and eating so much that we could move till we reached Tbilisi again. As our journey through Georgia came to a full circle, we felt a deep sense of connection to this remarkable land. Each monument, every stone, and each burst of local flavor spoke of a people who have embraced both their storied past and the promise for tomorrow. This journey was not just a travelogue, but an invitation to immerse oneself in a culture that cherishes its roots while daring to dream of new horizons. May this exploration inspire you, ignite your curiosity, and kindle a deep appreciation for the art of living. A living that celebrates both the grandeur of history and the vibrancy of modernity. Straight to the hotel, we had a final look at Tbilisi. A final drink of Georgian wine and chacha, and a final plate of my new favorite dish, Khinkali. We flew out of this wonderland on our way back home, stopping at Sharjah, a city straight out of Aladdin, and then back home. Thank you, stay safe, Madloba.